Welcome! It's Facts You Don't Know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more, well, and first make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything.
The main character is a woman of a little over 30 named Natalia. She, like us, had a dream. What, you ask? Yes, the most common one. She did not want to wander around the removable corners, but wanted to buy her own apartment, in which she would create maximum coziness and comfort. And if some only think about their dream, then this woman made every effort to make it come true. It took a full 7 years, during which the young woman managed to collect the required amount and began looking for a suitable apartment. The young woman found a nice apartment in the city where she lives, but the apartment needed a renovation. The young woman bought the apartment, began to think about the changes she would make, and then began to look for workers to make the necessary repairs in order to move in. Natalia did not have enough money to assign a decor company to renovate the apartment, and she decided to seek help from Asian workers because they're people who come from faraway countries to find work, and for this they do not ask for much money. They're convinced of low wages, and they also get their work done quickly, and this is exactly what a young lady needs. When the young woman went to buy the necessary building materials, she wanted her apartment to be beautiful. Well, she did not think to pay a lot of money to the workers she had hired. The workers were all from Tajikistan, and they were all active laborers, working all day with dedication and sincerity. They carried out everything she asked of them, and would stay in the apartment until late at night, because she was urging them to finish the work as soon as possible. The young woman refused to give them money, and told them that she would pay them the full amount when they're finished with the work. The young woman knows that she's not signed any document with these workers, and they do not have documents, and that's why she decided not to pay them for the work that they did, and buy furniture for her new apartment. The young woman noticed that the workers did not speak English and spoke among themselves in their mother tongue, and she found that this would help her to implement her plan, as she thought that they would leave without protesting, because if they tried to do so, they would be afraid to file a complaint with the police against them, and the police came to take them to prison or depart them. After 3 months of work, the Tajik workers were able to fulfill all the young woman requested, and her apartment was just as beautiful as she dreamed of. The workers were still waiting for the young woman to pay them, but the young woman decided not to pay them, and went immediately and told the police that there are people who do not have residence documents in the country who come to her apartment to disturb her. The men were very surprised when the policemen came to take them while they were waiting for Natalia to pay them, and the police asked them for documents. When they found that they were illegal residents, they took them to the police station. Although these men tried to convince the policemen that they were working for Natalia and that she was cheating, the policemen were not convinced of their words because they did not have documents. The young woman was overjoyed when she got rid of these men. She lost and saved a lot of money and bought a car and furniture for her apartment. Well, the police took these men to prison to be deported later. It turned out that one of these workers had residency documents, and he was released from prison. The young man had the keys to the apartment because he was in charge of everything. He went to the apartment and took back the tools that he and his friends were working with, then left. One day, the young woman came back with a friend to show her how her new apartment became after the restoration. When she opened the apartment door, she found that there was a lot of water scattered inside the apartment. And she found that the water wet walls and spoiled the oil and caused great losses inside the apartment, as well as the appliances she bought and some furniture were all shattered and floating over the water. Not only that, there was an unpleasant smell emanating from the apartment, and some of the furniture flooded and became unusable, which made the young woman shocked by what was happening, and she felt very shy in front of her friend. The young woman kept watching her apartment, which had been submerged in murky water, which looked like a sewage canal. She did not understand what was going on exactly. The Tajik workers did a wonderful and well job, and when she went out and left everything to find in the apartment, she remained amazed at what was going on with her. The young woman did not have enough money to bring workers to clean the apartment, and she was also unable to do anything because the water was too much, and the water level was about 30 centimeters high. Residents of the building where Natalia's apartment is located noticed that an unpleasant smell was coming out of her apartment, and demanded that she act immediately because they would not be patient with what was happening and they would report her to the police. The young woman had to buy cleaning materials and started the cleaning process. But the water was increasing and she found herself unable to do this alone. as she had to seek help from a company specialized in cleaning sewage canals and paid them a large sum to get the water out and repair and lay off the existing channels in the kitchen, bathroom, and toilet. Workers found diapers inside the toilet and bathroom. It was the inside the pipes and blocked them completely, which made the water back into the apartment. Natalia had no evidence that someone had infiltrated her apartment, opened the faucets and let them flow, and then blocked the drainage channels. And although she filed a complaint with the police to open an investigation into the case, the police did not find any suspects. The young woman has been living a real nightmare, although the maintenance workers took out the water and repaired the faults they found, but her apartment completely lost its beauty because the water spoiled everything. The neighbors must have known who the perpetrator was, but they did not find out about him because they found out that Natalia defrauded the poor workers, and she deserves what happens with her. The young woman had to sell her car in order to pay off the maintenance work carried out by that company, and her apartment was completely empty of furniture, which made her borrow an amount of money in order to rebuild the apartment again. The young woman had paid twice as much money as she was due to pay these poor men, and her neighbors avoided talking to her, and she lived alone. This resemblance became an example to others, as it paid the price for its greed in a way that was not expected and incurred great losses after it thought that it would benefit from the fraud on these simple workers. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.